Hello everyone, I hope you all have been watching my videos on the chapter Elements, Compounds and Mixtures. We have been discussing about separation of mixtures. We already discussed about separation of a solid-solid mixture and separation of a solid-liquid mixture. Today we will be discussing about separation of liquid-liquid mixture. Now, liquid-liquid mixture is maybe of two types. Miscible liquids and immiscible liquids. What do you mean by the term miscible liquids and immiscible liquids? Miscible, they mix with each other. So the two liquids mix with each other. For example, alcohol and water. Immiscible liquids, they do not mix with each other. For example, oil and water. So first, let's discuss about separation of immiscible liquids. The method is very simple. We take a separation funnel, and the separation funnel has opening on both the sides, but on the lower half there is a tap to control the opening and closing. So from the upper opening we add a mixture of oil and water, and here we place a beaker. Now we all know water, the density is more, so it is heavier, it settles on the lower half. Oil, the density is less, that means it is lighter and floats on water. So here we have water and here we have oil. The heavier one sinks, whereas the lighter one floats. Open the tap. All the water will come to this beaker. Once all the water has collected in the beaker, then we close the tap. So what is left behind in the separation funnel? Only oil, and what do we get in the beaker? Water. It's a simple method of separation of immiscible liquids. We take a separation funnel, add the mixture of oil and water, open the tap, collect the water in the beaker and then close the tap. What is left behind? The oil. So we easily separate immiscible liquids by using a separation funnel. Now let's come to separation of miscible liquids. If you remember, we had done distillation to separate a soluble mixture of salt and water. So what did we do? We boiled the solution, the water evaporated, then it condensed in the Liebig's condenser. It was collected in another beaker, and in the distillation flask the salt was left behind. So here also, when we separate a liquid-liquid mixture in which the liquids are miscible, then we use distillation method, but a little bit modified one, and we call it fractional distillation. This method remains the same, distillation, boiling only, okay? But here we use a fractional column. This fractional column consists of small glass beads. It is filled with glass beads which help in separation of the two vapors. Okay, so now, we take a distillation flask and then fill it with a mixture of, since we are talking about alcohol and water, fill it with a mixture of alcohol and water. Close it with a stopper. The stopper has one hole through which I can insert the fractional column. This fractional column is again closed with a stopper which has a hole, and then through this we insert a thermometer to measure the temperature. Okay, so we took a distillation flask, we took a mixture of alcohol and water, then we closed it with a one-hole stopper. Through the hole we inserted a fractional column, and then this is also closed with a one-hole stopper through which we inserted a thermometer. Then we connect it with a delivery tube, and then the other end of the delivery tube, and on the other end of the delivery tube we keep a beaker. Now if you remember in distillation we had taken Liebig's condenser. Here also we take Liebig's condenser. Now, as explained earlier, the Liebig's condenser helps in the condensation of the vapor. That means vapor changes into liquid here. Okay? So now, we heat it. Now, we all know water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Okay? Whereas alcohol boils at 78 degrees Celsius. That means which starts boiling first? Water or alcohol? Obviously alcohol. So once alcohol starts boiling, the vapor will reach here inside the fractionating column. Then it enters the delivery tube. It reaches the Liebig's condenser, changes into droplets, and then it is collected here. So finally, what is left behind here? Water. And what do we get here? We get alcohol. So by this process, we can easily separate a mixture of miscible liquids. So main thing here is this fractional column, which is made up of glass beads, which helps in separating the vapor. Okay, and then the main principle behind this fractional column or fractional distillation is separation by difference in the boiling point. See, here 70 degrees Celsius, here 100 degrees Celsius. So the main thing here is difference in their boiling point. I hope you all understood separation of liquids. Two liquids are separated. If they are immiscible, we use a separating funnel, and if they are miscible, we go by the fractional distillation method. Thank you for watching. Hope you all understood. Bye-bye.